So I was leaving the gym this morning and I looked, this is not a lie, I looked out the left window and I noticed Aaron Gregory's truck and trailer loaded up and heading to Cracker Barrel, which is hilarious to me. I said Cracker Barrel. I'm heading to Cracker Barrel. Aaron wasn't going to Cracker Barrel. Aaron was going to Haltech to put his car in the dyno. I'm just really into Cracker Barrel. And we also saw old Bert, the man, the myth, the legend, the tuner, the owner of Dynasty. He was pulling through as well. And he was on his way. So now we're all just going to ride together. It's going to be such a good time. He's so excited. All right, so we are in Lexington, Kentucky. This big old rig belongs to Aaron Gregory. He is a huge integral part of Clapped Out, if you were wondering. You can't tell this is Haltech. The sign was right there, but if you've paid attention to the news at all, we've had legitimate tornado season here like crazy. And the tornado didn't get the sign, but some heavy winds ripped it down, so they're getting that put back up. But this facility is absolutely awesome. Josh, sales manager, has walked us through and kind of giving us the lay of the land, and we have a DSM going on the dyno. On the left there, that's Hal. He's the owner. Well, you hear me call him Bert. On the right there's Josh, and then we got Aaron's car on the dyno behind it. So Haltech has a mainline Pro Hub dyno. If you don't remember this car, it's because Aaron Gregory hasn't done anything impressive this year yet, which is really his fault. He's not really good at racing anymore. But we have a billet block, the fastest automatic DSM in the world. And today we have a Duke out with, this is a Garrett G45 1350 is the part number. And this is a 72 millimeter. So we're gonna stretch this thing out. We also have another cover for the turbo as well, test that. And then we have a G45 1500 that we can swap out and just get some data before dialing in what we're gonna run down track. I say we're gonna run down track like I'm gonna be a part of this. I'm gonna be in the stands eating popcorn and just enjoying myself. But if you are new to the channel and you haven't seen this car in other videos, Aaron and I do live real close together. We're right up the street from one another. He has been a huge supporter of Clapped Out, just a massive fan, and Dynasty obviously. Hal is the, like I said, the owner tuner. He's the guy that tunes my car, obviously, also my employer. And we are on the keys. I say again we, like it's we, but IC7, that's sick, can hub based button panel, and then the rotary switches, your Nexus. It's awesome. The whole thing is trick. The chassis was all built by Aaron himself in his backyard. I won't tell him to his face, but it's pretty impressive. The best, this is, he'll unscrew the cap to one part of the car and then he'll pretend as if he's done any type of work today. He's like a union worker. I shouldn't say that, we probably have union fans. One of the cool things with the Nexus ECU is that you don't have to be plugged into it. It's got built-in Wi-Fi. So Hal can sit over here while he's making a pull without any issues. We got live data. You can see the green in the top corner there, showing that he's connected. And we got the car on the roller. That is cool. We had to reposition the tuner stand because it's the methanol is intense. I really do forget how often, not how often, but how aggressive burning methanol in can be. Heading to the old cockpit. Again, a G45 1350 72 millimeter. Should be around 60 pounds of boost this pull. I'm gonna back off because I don't want to breathe methanol in. cloud of methanol.
1258.
Look at his face. Clear the air. Let's see what we got. 1248.
Yep, 1248.
Good God. So that's on a 72 mil. 1248 on Haltex Hub dyno with a Garrett 72, a G45 1350, and that's on 60-ish pounds of boost. Let me confirm. Hey Aaron, how many pounds of boost?
61.
61?
Yeah, buddy.
Good job, man. Thanks for not letting off. It's a meeting of the minds that I just try to stay away from because I don't know anything really in general, but this specifically, I definitely don't know anything. So we also, I think I said earlier, we got a G45 1500. This is 76 millimeter. This is actually the turbo I run on my RX-7. And then they also have another cover over here. This is a prototype cover for the G45 that we're going to be trying out as well. But it's already breathing pretty damn good. Mid 12s on 60 pounds. Not really aggressive too. Something that should live a good bit of time. And a turbo that won't eject a wheel stage right. You can't complain. Again, if you haven't seen this car before, it's pretty wild what's involved here. Mechanical cam-driven oil pump, your twin injector setup. You look, you got a few extra injectors going on there. The thing's just nuts. And the crazier part is, if you saw where it was built, it's literally built in he's got a detached garage behind his house that he does all the stuff himself in. After he moonlights as a master tech at a dealership. Hey, now this cover's coming off. We put a different cover on. Man, it's like you got a quick change turbo situation going on. The man does go through some different turbo combos. Not for any reason other than just constantly getting the edge in competition. Aaron is a master of edging. Means that this sign means that there's going to be dyno in a car that's doing methanol, because it brings tears to your eyes. Hook. I've only worked with Garrett for this last year, but they just have some nice stuff. It's good stuff. Is the turbo still kind of hot,
Yeah,
Aaron?
it's crispy.
It's probably a little warm because you literally just finished making 1,200 horsepower with it. So, you want some gloves? Oh, you got your sweatshirt.
Here, hold this for me.
Alright, so that cover's not as hot, see, because it wasn't on the car. Oh, that might be a little warm. Easy bud. There's a little bit of humor in the fact that the other cover doesn't clear the exducer all the way, so we don't want to risk tearing up the turbine or the compressor wheel. But the fact that Aaron had to handle a scorching hot turbo for no reason makes me very happy. Are your hands okay? You okay? He's happy. So now, instead of risking Garrett's awesome turbo sauce, we're gonna chuck a 76 on it. Again, the G45 1500. That is the turbo that I run on the RX-7. I don't know what housing he has on this. I'll have to ask. I run the 122. I can't remember. The 144 is the bigger housing. That's what he has on it. That's the biggest turbine housing they offer. It is a T4 flange. This thing should rip.
It's off for everything else.
It's a little warm.
Yes.
Probably still a little warm.
Can you do this, Logan?
Here, I got you. Is that helping or hurting? So he uses a 128 turbine housing, which is nice when swapping turbos because all you have to do is take out that one V-band clamp, and this whole assembly, the G45 1500, will slide right in place of where the 1350 was. It'd be nice to get back-to-back data 72 versus 76 with the same turbine housing. It's gonna make some jam, as they say. So while Aaron is finishing turbo install, I want to go back over the Haltech stuff that we got going on here. This is their IC7 dash. You can do a bunch of different gauge type displays, which is pretty nice. I shouldn't say pretty, it's actually sick as hell. Like, I don't know when I'm going to be able to pay attention to all that data, but it's nice to see it. You got a 15 button keypad, so everything you need to control your car you can put there. Rotary trim switches is you can do different stuff like launch RPM, boost control, duty cycle, whatever. All those there. And the best thing about this specifically, this CAN keypad is it's literally one CAN plug in the back of that goes to the ECU. And then in the software, you set up all these buttons with what you want them to do, which is just awesome. Like, take the guesswork out of it. So I'm stoked to have that on my car as well. It's super helpful. Okay, all right, now that that's all done, this guy, man, he's working on book time on this job, I guess. 76 millimeter, again, same turbine housing. This is the same amount of boost control as the last pull on the 72 millimeter, with just a couple degrees of timing pulled, just to make sure everything is happy, and then we'll match it apples to apples and see what we got. Now Bert's got to walk through a methanol cloud. Let's see how long he can handle it. And he's ice cold, man. I'm gonna try to casually pan over to him. There it is. Nothing can stop this man, dude. He's invincible. And Aaron is making sure the turbo's spinning. This is all good. Oh, this is good. Turbo's still there? We're good, right? Good. All right, good. Right, so I don't like to typically film right after something like breaks, you know, because it's always a little awkward, but it's Aaron, so I don't really care. Possibly broken axle. He runs stock front axles on this, so that could be it. They're in the middle of investigative research right now. I'm keeping my distance. So we still have axles in place, possibly a front diff. There's no fluid like crazy on the ground, so that's good, but we do know that a Garrett 76 millimeter is strong enough to end Aaron's dyno day.
Cop back down. See ya.
What's that, 7,700?
Yeah. In 0.1 second, went from 8,000 to limiter.
What are you thinking? Thinking differential? That's okay, I can fix it. You want to fix it real quick? I'm gonna jump in there. Hey Aaron, good try today, man. I appreciate you and all you do for, you know, the clapped out community, dude.
Can you get behind the car a little more?
Yeah, here, let me lay down, put my head behind the tire. You may think that I'm being harsh on Aaron, but let's remember that this man wishes the worst juju upon me out of anybody I've ever met in my entire life. This pass is the first pass I made this year. You watch the car leave nice and easy, and then in about 300 feet it goes dead towards the wall. The last thing Aaron told me was, you should bring me with via FaceTime so I can watch the concrete wall coming directly for us. Look at this. Saved it. Thank you for watching this episode of Clapped Out. As always, I appreciate the hospitality from Haltech and the admiration and love from Aaron Gregory. Head over to clappedout.com. We have fresh spring threads available.